Welcome to my third episode of Evernote Learning the Basics. In this episode, we are going to be talking a little bit about tags and how to use them. Coming up next. So here we are in Evernote for Mac. And we're going to be talking about in this episode tagging and how you can utilize tags in order to find notes within Evernote. Now, as you see here, I have Evernote opened up, and this is Evernote for Mac version. For the PC version, things might be a little bit different, but I think for tagging in this episode, most of what I'm going to tell you will work also in the PC environment. Now, here we are. If you followed my last episode, we had created notebooks, as you see here. We had created utility bills, an electric bill, gas bill, and water sewer bill. Now, let's say, for instance, we wanted to create another new notebook because we wanted to create, some sort of notebook about training. There we go, training. What am I doing now? Anyways, so you click on New, and you of course put in here training notes, okay? And let's say you set that training notes there to private, okay? So here we are, and if we double click on that, we'll go into that folder or that notebook. Now let's say, for instance, you want to create a note inside of this. You just click on the new note in training notes here. And this creates a section over here that you can title this note. And let's say we're calling this Upcoming Seminar Training. Okay? So we've named it, and now down here we can drag files in here if we want to drag a PDF or something that we created outside of Evernote, or we can just go ahead and start typing inside of here whatever note we wanted to make. Remember to upload schedule to blog, and so forth and so forth. Now, what you can do here is, let's say you have thousands and thousands of notes, like I do. I have 9,387 notes. Now, if you only have these few of notebooks, finding this note is not really that hard. You say, well, I want to look for that note that's about that training seminar that's coming up, and so you just go into your training notes here and you find it really easily. But if you have thousands and thousands of notes and you have many notebooks, finding that one note can become a little difficult unless you come up with a tagging system. Now, you can tag notes all day long, but if you don't create some sort of tagging system, something that is based upon some sort of structure, you're going to have a hard time remembering what your tags are to pull up said note. Now, also, one thing I want you to understand with Evernote is it has an excellent, and when I say excellent, I mean excellent search function. Not only will it search for said tag in your note and pull up that note, but it will also search the body of your text in your note and come up with that in the search criteria. It will also search searchable PDFs, which we'll go over in later episodes, and give you that in the search results. So, but let's say, for instance, we had created that note and we had many notebooks and we wanted to find that note. Well, if I went up here and I typed in seminar, it didn't find anything. Look at there. But let's say, for instance, but of course I'm looking in the inbox. So that's another thing you have to remember. If you are searching for something, it'll search for in that default notebook. Now, if you want to search all your notes, you're going to have to click up here to notes up here and type in seminar. Now let's see what it pulls up. And so it pulled up that note, okay? But if you didn't remember what that was called, it would be a little bit hard to pull that up. Now, one thing you can do though is, like I was saying, is if you're here in the note and you click here in the tags and you type in seminar, now everything related to seminars will show up for that tag related item, okay? So I go ahead and I click seminar. And now I'll go ahead and sync that note, and that note has been synced. And so now when I go and I click on, let's say, and I go and I do a search for a seminar, whoops, if I could spell, and I go and I pull up notes tag seminar, it's only going to pull up that note, okay? So let's say, for instance, I was also creating another note concerning seminar, and I wanted to say trip to Cancun seminar. And so we're, talking about schedule flight, rent car, stay away from locals, etc. Anyway, so we're creating a little trip to Cancun seminar, right? Well, if we go ahead and tag this seminar, and like I say, if we are having many notebooks and we don't know where this seminar stuff's at, then all I have to do now is later on, let's say a week later, 2 weeks later, when I'm fixing to go to my trip to Cancun for the seminar, I can just type in here seminar, notes tag seminar, and here we are. We pulled up those notes right here for the seminar trip, okay? And everything related to the seminar is located right here, okay? You see how I did that? So, these tags can be utilized for a great system, and I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my other episodes, but tagging, you have to come up with a organizational system for tagging. Because if you just start randomly tagging things, and then 3 months later you're like, what the hell did I call that tag? And you have these tags right here, but you have like thousands and thousands of tags because you didn't have no system in place to have them structured so you could remember what they were. You just have thousands and thousands of tags here. It's just as bad as having thousands and thousands of notebooks with no structure. You have to have a structured system. Now, I have messed around for a while with different tagging systems, and to be honest with you, I'm not really 100% sure I'm sold on my tagging system right now that I came about not too long ago. I had another tagging system before that seemed to have worked, but I was kind of forgetting my tags, and I was using similar tags, and I was having so many items in certain tags and not enough in other more diverse tags. So you have to come up with your own tagging system that works for you in your brain, because everybody's brain's different. So you can't just adopt mine and expect it to work for your situation, okay? Now, with that being said, if you click here on tags here, you'll see I have many tags, okay? And I created sub-blocks of tags here of different things. So if you see here, I have a personal tagging system here as well as a professional tagging to kind of keep those separate. And I also have a projects tab so I can access it readily here at the top here if anything that is current in my projects that I want to be able to access quickly and not have to, go searching up here. So this is something that you can kind of utilize if you are wanting to create some sort of tagging system. And how this tagging system works is, for instance, here I have my inbox here, okay, and I have several things that I have not processed for the day that I want to get out of my inbox. And you should practice what is called inbox zero, getting everything out of your inbox for the day and filing it away. And I call another notebook here called filing cabinet, where everything, all my notes go into this filing cabinet, unless of course I'm working on any current projects, and those go right there. But for the most part, all my notes, as you see, 9,365 of my notes go into this filing cabinet, but I tag them first before I move them over. And so what I typically do here is, like for instance, I'll click here and I'll type in personal, P, and then I'll just go down on the little down arrow until I find receipts, because I know this is a receipt and I want to keep all my receipts in a certain area. So I got personal receipts and I hit that, and now I move on to the next thing here. So here's my scan of a note, which will go over a cool little app that you can use on your phone that will scan this, any kind of note that you take handwritten, and it'll scan it into Evernote. And we'll go over that in a later episode. But this one right here, I just want to put that in my photography tag, and I'll just call it this for right now. And so then here's my insurance paperwork. So I'll go to personal, and I'll go over here to auto insurance. Once I get done tagging all of these, I'll move them over into my filing cabinet. And this one here. Now also another cool thing you can do here is you can tag several of them together. Okay, so let's say I know this is a receipt, this is a receipt, and this is a receipt. So you click on the one that's closest to the other ones, and then click on the furthest one, and therefore you've only highlighted those three. Down here and clicks to tag, I can go ahead and enter in my tag. And so I can go on down here, moving right along, and get here to receipts, okay? And so there you go. So now you see that is how you tag your notes. So if you have any questions concerning tagging or anything, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. And you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe to my channel. And so without further ado, I wish you a great day and be more productive. Thank you.